Hi everybody, Matt back with you in Rochdale today, and behind me here is the River Roch, which is the start of our story today. Up on the hill behind me here is a place called St Chad's, and we're going up there in a minute. Roughly 900 years ago, a decision was taken to build St Chad's here next to the River Roch. Something very strange happened, and there's a reason it was moved from here at the river up to St Chad's there. That reason, though, is said to be because of goblins. Let's investigate this story. So behind me is Rochdale town centre, and the river runs through the centre. So it is not, it's the town hall, it's not anywhere near the church, which is just behind the trees here. And the reason for that is very odd, because when the decision was taken, kind of the stones and the equipment back then, not sure quite what it would have been, was all put in place next to the river, as well as the foundations of the church were laid there. But when the workmen went back the next morning, something very bizarre had occurred. Okay, so here we are at St Chad's Church. This is where it stood for 800 or 900 years, but in different forms, and it would not have looked like this back then. So why was it put here and not down by the river after the work had started? Well, when the workmen went back to look at the site, all the stone and equipment had gone from next to the river and the foundations, and had been neatly arranged here in this location. So that day was spent by all the workers taking all the stone and all the equipment back down the hill towards the River Roch and left there. So after that day, that was a wasted day. They would go back the next day and start to build the church. But you'll never guess what happened on night number 2. So the second morning, they go back to where they'd put the stone by the river, and the same thing had happened. All the stones and the equipment had been moved from the river back up here into this location, and they were all here very neatly piled up, ready for the work to start here where St Chad's is now. This happening twice caused a little bit of a panic amongst the workers, and it was decided that each night the site by the river had been visited by goblins, and they were responsible for the stones being moved here and put here at St Chad's. So it was decided that they would build a church here instead, and the stones never moved again after that. It was also suggested that the reason the stones had moved here was it was an act of God. God himself wanted the church to be built on this site. Now, how true this story is, of course, all of it, don't know. It's quite a few centuries old, but if nothing else, it's an interesting bit of folklore. So this church, as you've seen from some of the pictures already, is pretty much covered in gargoyles and grotesques, and definitely goblins. So this is the church built by goblins. See you soon. Take care. Bye.